Mr. Banda here from Games on Easy Mode. I stumbled upon this thing by accident a few days ago. I started to play Far Cry 4. I had Far Cry 4 on PlayStation 3 and I started playing right after Far Cry 3. I was amazed by that one, by the way. And I said, okay, let's go do another one. Far Cry 3 was my first ever Far Cry to play. But due to the fact that I was burnt out from just finishing Far Cry 3, no matter how amazing it was, I gave up on it. I gave up on Far Cry after a couple of hours I played, and then a couple of hours a few days later, and I just couldn't bring myself to finish it. That was back in 2017-18. Anyway, recently I said, oh, it's on the PS Plus Extra, let's just load it, start it again. I was sad to see that my save file wasn't there already, but I wasn't far enough anyway, so I said, okay, let's start it again. So I put it up and I go through this and cinematic, I'm in the bus, our character is in the bus, AJ, trying to bring the ashes to his dead now mother to the place he was born in Kirat, a city in India. And while on the bus from the airport to the actual city village of Kirat, his bus gets hijacked and he gets kidnapped by Min, the main villain guy, who explains to him that his mother had an affair with him, and they even had a young child, which his father, AJ's father, killed. Basically us, we had a young sister, and our father, while fighting with Min, our then mother affairs, killed our younger half-sister. Anyway, so he kidnaps us, kind of. He says he wants to get to know us, he wants to meet us, he was in love with our mother, with our mother's character. So he brings us to his mansion. He's like the ruler of Kirat now, and he's all powerful and strong. He's a bit of a eccentric, a bit out there, but sure, he brings us there, and we sit at a nice dinner table, and basically we had a conversation. Things are a bit awkward, a bit weird. I mean, he kind of straight out murders someone in front of us. He calls everyone around them a terrorist and stuff. You know how it goes. If you don't know, just give it a go. Far Cry characters are a bit, extreme, to say the least. Nevertheless, we sit at the table together with a person who approached us on the bus. We don't know who he was, but he gave us like a passport so we can move around. He says he's from the resistance or anything. Obviously an enemy of Min. So at some point he decides to take our friend, let's call him, for some kind of interrogation or something, and he asked us to wait for him, so he'll be right back. So he leaves and we're left alone inside his house in front of a dinner table, and he actually says the words, I'll be right back. So he leaves and you immediately get a prompt from the game, like a tutorial kind of guide, and says, move your sticks, look around the mansion, explore. Basically it's guiding you through the basics on how to start and play the game, start your adventure. Alright, at some point I had to leave. I had to leave the room physically, like put my controller, I had to do something in the house. So I left the TV on, I left the console on running because I was gonna be right back. Anyway, the thing took a little longer than I expected it to, last. So on my way back, while I was trying to, get the controller back in my hands, start playing, obviously went off the controller. I do have it on, auto off after 10 minutes. In about 15 minutes, I just came to the right moment where Min returns to the room from wherever he went, as he asked us. Remember, he told us, I'll be right back, don't leave. But as soon as he leaves, the game interface tells you, a explore the mansion, move around. So as a gamer, that's what you're about to do. Explore the mansion, follow the quest mark, continue, start playing the game. If you actually pay attention, the guy though tells you, wait for me and I'll be right back. And he indeed comes back, and he's not hostile or anything. Whatever information he got from our friend didn't anger him towards us. So he says, thank you for waiting. Now let me help you put your mother's ashes to where they need to be. And he leads us to this room where our dead baby sister is lying. And basically we look at her picture, we put the jar of our mother's ashes together with her daughter, and that's it. We exit the room and it's credits. Finished, story finished. We did our job. We came to Kyrat to put our mother's ashes to rest, and we do so. And this is kind of a secret ending that I don't think many would discover. I mean, who would listen to Min, who tells you I'll be right back, and sit in the house doing nothing in his house for 15 minutes? So I found that, and yeah, I was recording and I'm happy I was. So you could do that if you wanna, show something interesting, kind of unique, not many people know. And that was about it. I am glad I shared this with you, and just stick around, watch the cinematic how it goes. It's a really nice room and a nice environment. It doesn't start very well. I mean, Min, as I said before, he really straight up sticks a pen at a guy's throat, one of his own guys. But sure, sometimes you need to listen to the characters talking to you and what they're saying instead of following prompts of a quest. And you can easily start the game again. If you want the adventure and the shooting and the exploration and the climbing, you just start the adventure again. And I think there was no trophy for doing this, but it is a thing. So there you go. Now Thank you for listening. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Oh, Van bloody Pascal. You, sir, are a gentleman. I sincerely apologize. We saw terrorists in the area and yada yada. The Crab Rangoon, right? It's... fabulous. Well, come on, let's go. Point Landing. Part of me is surprised your mother asked for you to bring her all the way back here. Thank you, Kamran. You want me to follow? Jesus Christ. Yes, boy, the ashes aren't going to scatter themselves. Did your mother ever tell you about your father?
Never know.
Mohan, the great protector of the Golden Path. He was a cunt. He hauled your mother out, sent her to spy on me. But we fell in love. We had a child. And that is when Mohan showed his true colors. He drove you and your mother away. Even killed your sister, Lakshmana. Which brings us here. Lakshmana shouldn't be alone anymore. I'm so glad we're finally back together. After you. Oh, good. You feel better now? Get it out of your system? Good. Maybe now we can finally shoot some goddamn gun.